We're going to be doing 3 more of the Star Kingdom novels with Stephanie and company. I want to take those novels to the point where Stephanie is about 19, and then probably fold them over into the Honorverse as a whole, if you follow what I'm saying. Yeah, Stephanie is a very different character from Honor, but they have some distinct similarities. I'd really like to do take it all the way through the end of Stephanie's life, when she has by that time she's the commander of the Sphinx Forestry Service. She's gotten the 9th Amendment to the Constitution enacted to protect the Treecat's claim to Sphinx, and she's like in her 80s or her 90s when she dies. And the something that hasn't really been touched on in the Stephanie books yet, because they haven't discovered it yet in the Stephanie books, but that I have a short story, Prey of Dreams, I think, which is in one of the anthologies, and it's about the first Treecat to adopt a member of the royal family on Princess Adrian on a visit to Sphinx. And he is talking to Climbs Quickly's memory singer sister, and who is very old now, very old. He's talking about how he wants to go sample the 2-leg mind glow and so forth. And she's saying, be careful, okay? And she says, we didn't realize that they live such a short time, because Treecats normally live over 200 years. So a Treecat who adopts a human being, with the fact that the Treecat practically never survives the human's death, may be giving up 150 years of life in order to be with that human being. And they continue to do it because it is so transcendental for them. And of course, the Treecats, I don't think, have yet fully realized that by the time we get to Honor's time, the humans are now probably going to outlive the Treecats on terms of natural lifespan. And then they have to say, well, can we do prolong for Treecats, kind of thing. But that's one of the things that I always recognized as sort of the inherent tragedy that in a way validates that whole relationship. It's fun. I do this with the I told you that I'd done the short story for the LibertyCon Memorial Anthology. Let me talk about that for a minute, because I don't know how many people know about that.
Okay.
Tim Bozzio died last year, and I had known Timmy. Was it earlier this year? I had known Timmy before this year's LibertyCon, is what I meant to say. Okay. And I'd known Timmy for 25, 30 years. Okay. And there's a reason he was Uncle Timmy to everybody in fandom. He was huge in fandom, especially in the Chattanooga area. And he is like the founding con chair of LibertyCon, which is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful convention that is limited by its bylaws to, I think, 750 attendees. Okay. And tickets to it sell out within an hour of their going online. And Chris Woods, who is another writer, had come up with the idea that he would recruit other writers to do an anthology which would Tuckerize people from LibertyCon, use them as characters, or at least their names as characters, in the stories. And all the proceeds from the anthology which he was visualizing as being produced by LibertyCon, would go to LibertyCon or to a charity that Tim would have supported.
Okay.
So I thought this was a really good idea when he approached me to do a story. So I put him in touch with Tony Weisskopf at Bain, who also knew and loved Timmy. And Bain has a scholarship that will be the Timothy Bozzio scholarship going forward. And everybody who does a story in this anthology will not be paid for it. All proceeds from the sales of the anthology will go to the scholarship in Timmy's name, which I think would just tickle him pink. And I'd like to see this be a once a year, LibertyCon anthology that is then supporting the scholarship. But my story in that anthology is about a Treecat who loses his mind voice. He can neither speak to nor hear other Treecats. And of course, Treecats have no concept of how you would do sign language or something like that, because they don't break their communication up into words the way that humans do. That's why it takes so long for them to even begin to understand that the mouth noises mean what they mean. But this guy, he can still feel the mind glow of those around him. So he can feel the emotions of those around him, and they can feel his, but he can't communicate. And so they can't help, the other Treecats can't help the fact that they're radiating both pity for him and also that he frightens them because he survived a disease that sometimes does this, and he's a reminder that it could happen to all of them. This is the most terrifying thing a Treecat can think of, is to be cut off from this flow that has been. So he was, his Treecat name was Stone Shaper. He was one of the flint knappers of the clan. And he renames himself Stone and goes off to live by himself, expecting that he probably won't live long. And this is the story about what happens when he runs into a two-leg and a Myrdal Rottweiler. Same planet that Honor is from. Okay, Rottweiler genetically engineered for a 1.5 gravity planet. You really don't want to piss him off. His name's Barnaby. And he's like, gosh, I think he's like around 190, 200 pounds, maybe even a little more. And he stands like that high, it's like, well, I don't want you going off into the bush by yourself. I'm taking Barnaby. Oh, that's okay, kind of thing. But I guarantee you that there will not be a dry eye in the house when people get done reading that one either.
Okay.
Yeah. Martin Griffith, for his birthday present, asked me to stop killing characters that he cared about. And I told him I can't do it. I tried. I've been to Character Killers Anonymous. It doesn't help. I go out and say, hi, my name is David. I have a problem. I kill characters. They say, go away.